Hello and welcome back to the Reapers. So we had a big fight on Saturday, and then we had a day off, and now we're back in action. So the Kurds have been getting involved in the north of Syria fight. President Assad has asked us to strike at them. The Kurds, with the help of the Wrath group, who are a hostile mercenary group, have taken some North Syrian territory, including a fuel dump that Assad wants back. Now, we don't think we can get it back, but we can do the next best thing, which is to blow it up. So that's today's mission. Now, everyone take note, this map is rotated 90 degrees to the right to allow it to fit on the screen. North, as you can see at the arrow there. Blues, roughly speaking, Blues will be taking off, heading north for 90 miles and essentially bombing the fuel dump and doing as much damage as they can. Now, there are no coalition air defences and there are no local air defences, but there are Wrath Squadron, who, as you remember, are a hostile mercenary group led by the infamous Vasily B.
Fuck those guys.
Exactly. And Coffee C and Co. They will be taking off from their base there. Now, they have buck launchers with them today. That's about roughly 20-mile deadly range, so bear that in mind. So pushing them back to their base and destroying their base or attacking their base is not possible. They are approximately 35 miles from the fuel dump to the east. Mission for the Wrath guys, that's Red 4. You have 4 Mirages, 2 F5s and 2 MiG-21s available. Please do not change your skins because it could cause confusion with IFF. You can, if you die, you have infinite respawn, so you can just respawn and attack us again. You can only attack us once you are north of the blue and red flagged line. So that gives us a little bit of ferry room so for the video and whatnot. So you can only attack us after that, please. At the end of it, you're welcome to come and land with us, why not? But yeah. Your mission is not necessarily to kill us or even getting cool fights for the video, which I like, but really your mission is to protect the fuel dump, which means really killing our Harriers and stuff, but I'll leave that to you. That's all I can think of. With that, Red 4, please exit the Discord channel so that Blue 4 can do their own brief and work on our tactics. We'll see you in the air.
Red copies, I'll have fun.
Blood, do you want to kick off? We've got on our side, we've got 2 groups of CAS, 1 fast group, 1 medium speed, and 2 groups of heavy fighters. So what does anyone... Oh, I forgot to say, the hostile, the Reds also have an AWACS. It's out of picture, but an AWACS to their north west. So, anyone, what do they fancy doing, tactics?
Can we go get that AWACS?
Well... There's no I've not set it to invincible, so it is something we can do if we think it's worthwhile.
If we can disable that AWACS before the attack groups, we go through the mountains, it's going to help significantly.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to offer a strategy. The F-15s can definitely hit the AWACS. We just need to know where it is. I know that a way that we can get above the air defense squadrons and attack the AWACS from above.
Roger, I'm not going to tell you
Yeah.
where it is because it makes it a bit too easy, but yeah, we'll get it on
It should
radar.
be pretty obvious. It'll be beaming out radar.
Yeah, they'll be broadcasting on the RWR for sure.
That's fine. Then what I suggest we do real quick, sorry, Squirtle, is
Oh, go ahead.
take off, and after we fly in formation for a little bit, the F-15s immediate, like one flight of F-15s goes cap, one flight of F-15s goes very high and very fast to attack the AWACS.
Right.
So I'd say about 40,000 feet, so no one can catch us.
Roger, yep, it's very hard for them to get that fast, that quick, isn't it? Especially to...
What you could do, like what Riddle was saying, is that we have a split off from one of our cap squadrons. Let's say 2 F-15s out of a group of 4. Give them one fuel tank and like 2 AMRAAMs, so they're very light.
Yeah,
and their sole purpose is to go high and fast.
I don't really want to commit...
3 fuel tanks.
I don't want to commit 4 planes for that job. That's my only complaint.
That's why I said 2.
I'll commit 2 F-15s, strip them down to lightweight, send them over the top. Now, to get to the AWACS, one thing I can tell you is that you'll have to go past or through the buck launcher. The buck launcher maxes out at 60,000 feet, so you'll either have to go above that or geographically around the buck launcher. You'll be extremely vulnerable high up but below 60,000 feet, so bear that in mind. The strip down to. Who wants to volunteer?
They should be able to go above it.
We'll give that task to Riddle's flight, and he can deal with it in his own.
Cool.
I'll go with you, Riddle.
F-15s that go with me, we are going to need 3 fuel tanks, 2 AMRAAMs, because we need the fuel to get up there and speed up.
Okay, take note.
Right.
I'm editing the spreadsheet now so that Squiddle and Cap are no longer in Sabre. Sabre is the...
No, keep it as part of Sabre. You'll be on the same comnet.
But we're not going to be going with them, Blow. We have no tactical reason to talk to them. We need to be... We'll go with Dagger because we'll have the same...
Well, the whole mission should be pretty... Like, taking out an AWACS is pretty fast.
Okay,
well,
fine.
yeah,
so you probably end up moving back and helping.
So what are you going to do when you've killed AWACS? What are you doing then?
So actually, what I suggest is we arm up normal, kill the AWACS, and then fly back around the buck launcher, join up with the squadron, and help you guys. That way we're not. That way we're not. We still have fuel and ammo.
Notice that Blues only get 1 life to encourage proper flying and not dickhead flying into mountains and stuff. You will have to fly properly. So yeah, bear that in mind. Continue.
So while Riddle and Elo are gone, Cap and Squirtle, you can just tag along in Dagger.
Yeah, so for the time being, okay, that's fine. We can do it. We don't need comms to tag along for ferry.
Yeah, just like for our ferrying or whatever.
Plus, we've got.
Wait, so is Elo going with Riddle? Or I thought.
We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out.
Okay, sorry.
I think it is Elo.
Right. The other pressing issue is that the Hammer and Buick are going to have totally different cruise speeds.
Hammer.
So I don't know what order we want them to hit the target.
I mean, there's no pressure for cruise speed. There's no pressure up until that line. So the first 60 miles we can cruise together. If we want to.
But beyond that, we need to decide: are we going to have the Hammer just level the target and then make it a lot easier for the Harriers to come in, or the Harriers going to suppress the air defense and then it'll be easier for
suppress the air defense?
What air defense? What air defense?
Well,
the AAA.
What intelligence do we have?
AAA. Yeah, I can tell you that it is 7.62. It's almost no relevance. It's there for visuals only.
Okay.
So don't worry about the AAA.
Cap, I have a question about the actual fuel depot. Are those hardened? They look like the models we had trouble with a few months ago. Yeah. They needed very large bombs.
They need bombs with direct hits. I can tell you that. Splash damage from rockets won't kill them. Splash damage from bombs won't kill them. It needs a 250-pound or larger bomb in the centre of it to kill it.
So it looks like those hardened bunkers are going to be Buick's main task, and Hammer will go for primarily the fuel dumps.
Question for Cap: which airfield are we taking off from? Because I can grab up the taxi charts for that.
Tbilisi. The south eastmost one.
I'll get that up, and I can grab taxi charts and give taxi charts.
I thought the Vigans in the Mirage could just litter it with the biggest bombs they can carry. That was what I was thinking.
Yep.
Be good.
Yeah, we'll take high drag.
And then
it's just going to be covered in bombs.
And then possibly Buick can go in once we've secured the airspace after that and start doing some more precision stuff. Maybe Mavericks.
Sounds good to me.
I reckon a Maverick could take one of those things. Well, fingers crossed it would. I mean,
yeah, we'll keep them out of range of the AAA as well.
That was.
Also, Buick and Hammer should go through the mountains by 2 different routes.
Yeah,
in case one of them gets intercepted.
They will. Hostiles have accurate AWACS and GCI probably. They'll probably find a way of getting GCI. So, if I was red,
AWACS out though.
If I was red, I'd be sitting on that line, on the dotted line, in the mountains, ready to ambush us. That's the best thing they can do, because then they get maximum time to respawn and come and attack us again. So expect at least one group to get ambushed in the mountains.
Okay, so we're going to have to pick a non-obvious route, because there's a really nice valley that goes all the way from one side to the other. We're not using that because it's pretty obvious that's a nice route through.
We can go to the side. I mean, in the DCS map, we can literally go around the side flank forever, basically. But obviously, we don't want to cheat, though. We want to keep it,
The Vegans could be exceedingly brave and go what would be west. So towards
I don't really consider it cheating, because the mirages on the enemy. What's the range on their radars?
Pretty good.
So they've got all the advantages. They've got speed. They got air-to-air missiles. They've got radars. They got.
We outnumber them 2-1.
Well, how about this then? We outnumber them 4-1.
At least in cap 2-1.
Yes. Okay. How about this then? The fast cast, i.e. Hammer, can go more or less as the crow flies. We can choose a slightly different route, but the Harriers can go around the side to the right hand side or the bottom of the picture.
Yeah.
So
how does that
east.
sound? And so you go down, and if so you go east and you go low, you'll never get spotted unless they happen to set a
that's
trap
what
up
I
there.
think.
Within reason, again. Don't go like 200 miles down there. But
No. But use our advantages. Our advantages are the mirages are low fuel.
Break.
So
Break.
they can run their gas out.
Before you say anything, just so I don't hear any of your tactics, Cap, is the server up yet? Red want to know.
aren't he?
It's not up yet, no.
Not up yet.
Okay, no worries.
Right, sorry, I can't remember.
SRS is up there.
Okay, I'll pop back in like 5 minutes.
Is Recall on their side?
No, he's not on his computer, so he's currently just listening in.
He's welcome to be their GCI or something if he wants. Anyway, he can sit in an F5 and just help them out.
I think he's on his phone.
He can GCI from his phone. That'd be crazy.
That's
Anyway, what I'm saying is, we got to use our advantages.
Okay, so Tony's men, not Tony's men, Tender's men are going around the right or the east flank, just staying out of trouble, and obviously keep low, don't fucking go high. Vegans are going. We're going to choose a vegan route, but effectively, more or less, as the crow fly. We've got half of Sabre are going, possibly taking off slightly earlier and going for the AWACS, and then
we can go at the same time and mid cruise just burn ahead and up.
Is there a trick we can do to make the hostiles think that we're? So we could even send 2 of the remaining Sabre, maybe to the west, to fool, because they don't know what our planes are, if you know what I mean. We could go to the west by
What, you mean send a couple of fake F-15 or fake vegans?
They might think it's vegans going, and they'll split their forces then, and there's no this is
what, and then they can pop up and attack them. Oh, that is sneaky. I like that.
And then then we've got a 3-pronged attack, even though it's actually only a 2-pronged attack. And then Dagger will probably go with the vegans, I would have thought, because the vegans are going to be the most vulnerable in terms of their route. So Dagger will be low on the ground. Yeah, so how about this then? How about this? Step 1, there's half Sabre phase 1, go for the AWACS. Step 2, Harriers are round the right-hand side. Step 3, this is not in order of time, but just step 4, Hammer, go more or less straight for the fuel dump, fast and low. Step 5, Dagger, escort the Hammer on the deck, and as a decoy, Sabre phase 2, go around the west or the left by 40 miles to act as a decoy up high, so they're actually more visible.
Can I just say I'll be 10 minutes. If I'm not back in time for the takeoff, Tony, take
Roger,
over.
I'll take ages. Roger, it's fine.
Okay.
Does anyone have any problems with that? Bearing in mind that's not talking about time, that's just
sounds good.
Alright, now we're getting there. So Squiddle, you're going to be with me. Riddle, you're going to be with Gunzello, or the other way around. Dagger,
I'm going Riddle.
Dagger, that's Sherman's lot. You are escorting Hammer, that's the fast bombers. Buick, you're going around the right hand side, and that's us done. So to keep me happy, can we all do say 40 miles as the crow flies in a big wing, so that at least so I can get some footage of us, and then we can split. Then I'll call.
Can we do big wing but in flights?
Sure, as long as we're together for the camera, if you know what I mean. Like
one small thing is that we might break off and then go in a completely different direction, because obviously they'll be able to see the big wing.
Yes, well, we just take the big wing to the river or something. So take the river where you see the river on the map. Take the big wing to that river, and then we'll break off. Let's do that.
Cool.
So
as long as we don't immediately, carry on the same line, because that's kind
Roger. So we do need to send the AWACS guys slightly ahead, so they can take off as we're all prepping to take off. So we've got to remember to put them at the front. That's Riddle and Gonzalez, so they can go off. We all take off, and taking off all these planes takes a while. So we're going to take off. We're going to big wing in groups to the river area where that town is, somewhere 40 miles until I'm happy, basically. Then I'm going to call break. The Harriers will go south. Sorry, the Harriers will go east. Blood will find his own way, and Sherman will follow him to the fuel dump. Cap and Squiddle go left or east, and we're all good. Anyone unhappy with that?
Just say, be careful with how soon the AWACS guys depart, because you said there was that 10-mile trigger.
Yep, that's a good point. I mean, it's not invalidating mission in any way, though. That is, it's just
it's something that Red will need to take off, and with
just
blue,
it's just saying we're actually started now because it takes fucking ages for us to get ready. So within a few minutes it'll be fine. 2 minutes. So.
Static is the server up.
Static's not in here. She is. I don't know. Static's in here. Shit, I'm stupid.
Static.
All right, now let's talk about weapons.
Cap question. I can, if you want, I can give taxi instructions to all flights just to get to the runway.
That would be nice.
Comrades, you can break it.
Give me strength.
So Riddle, communicate with the flight leads, and they'll obviously disseminate the information.
You're red for it.
Of course.
Does the Daniel keep it big dog?
Navaka.
It does fit Danya.
My immersion.
I've put you.
Das Vidanius.
Look at his aircraft.
I've put you in the.
Das Vidanius, suka bliad.
I've put you in red 4. Do not forget that. You don't get a Mirage. You get a MiG-21 or an F5. Suck it up.
Oh, lovely.
Any other questions,
Actually,
anyone?
you can just fly the fag.
Any other questions, anyone? Right.
How about
I was talking about weapons loads. Are we going to have trouble locking the Mavericks onto those tanks? And
tanks, don't worry about the tanks, guys. Leave the tanks alone. They are no threat. They're visual only, really. Gotta
no,
kill the
I meant
buildings.
the oil tanks.
Oh,
not the.
With the Vigans and the Mirages should deal with them because they're fairly vulnerable. So we're just going to be leveling the place.
I think what Tony's saying is he going to have a problem locking onto the oil tanks?
No.
Yeah, because I tried the other day.
But
they will
I tried yesterday locking the Mavericks onto a building, and they won't lock onto the building.
Well, that's
just bring rockets.
That's important. That's important.
That's what I was thinking. Sunni rockets.
Yeah, just bring a couple of spare rockets.
I don't think
rockets and Mavericks and rockets.
I don't think rocket warheads are going to have any effect on these. In fact, I almost guarantee it.
All rockets, but the Zuni rockets will.
The Zunis are big.
Yeah, if you hit them enough times with a fucking rocket, it'll take it out.
Yeah, the small rockets are effective, but the Zunis are bigger. 5-inch rockets, they're bigger.
Okay.
Cap, I'm so glad you put me in a MiG-21. Otherwise, it would be totally unfair to have 5 Mirages against 8 F-15s. That would be way too difficult.
Well, we got them. Well, wait a minute, because you guys get to respawn. We don't.
It's true.
Okay, alright, that's fine then.
You get to respawn.
You just gotta whittle us away.
Yeah,
you can respawn, and you got radars, and we can't.
May I ask for the server data?
The server's not up yet.
And
Raptor.
Cop.
Fuck off out of our group and go to your own group, which is Red 4.
What?
Tell you what, I'll do it.
Bloody hell.
We caught a spy on our midst. Execute them.
That's how you deal with them. They've listen up, everyone. They've now got 6 guys. Red 4 have got 6 guys. Now they've just got another guy. So it is a fair fight.
I have an idea. Cap, I have an idea. When we split off, the Cap guys go high about 30,000 feet. Stay in cons so that it can cover the guys going higher. Because it'll be more cons, and then we'll go out of cons.
I agree with that.
Wait,
I agree with that.
Raptor needs to go to Red 4 if he hasn't yet.
I've already put in there, and there are 6 guys now. So let's take it seriously. Any other questions before we get on with this?